Welcome to the administration update. This is February. We haven't had a update since December, and so we're going to catch you up on some of the things that have happened in January and what to expect in February. We're not going to give you the weather report because they're not right either, so it's all good. So let's start off with, if you could, there's some issues that have come up, Jay, about potholes, and so I'm wondering if you can give us an update. There seem to be more and more that are occurring, and we have a big one that's out here, Sun Lakes Boulevard. So what's happening with those?
So let's talk about the obvious one first. The one right outside of gate 3 and 4. That is the large pothole right outside there. Did speak with Perry Gerds with the city last Friday, and he did confirm with me that he will have a team on site today to start the repair of that pothole there. But that leads into, like you said, ones all around the community. You'll see them all throughout. And this is going on forever. The city is always, when they come in and they repair some kind of water pipe damage or some leak, they repair it, and they repair it with something that's not up to the standards of Sun Lakes and the road work that we have done here. So what we have happened is AEC, who's the consultant that has done our road work plan, came out and looked at all of the repairs that the city has done this year and picked out some of the worst ones. That report was sent to the city, and that's why you'll see a lot of cones throughout the community, is they've kind of designated ones that they're going to fix.
Yes.
So they will start those repairs as well. I know that just this past week, or actually yesterday, they did fix a few of them through some of the subs. So looking forward to getting those done, and I think we can look forward to that recurring in the future years.
Yep. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, no, I was saying that's kind of it with the roadwork project, Chris. I know we have holidays coming up here.
Yep. So right now, February, we have another holiday coming up, and it's Monday the 20th, and we will be closed for President's Day. And so the administration office will be closed. The restaurant's going to be closed because it is a normal Monday closure. Some of the offices in recreation will be closed. And so please go to the website. You'll see the impact of what departments are impacted. Again, gate staff will still be here with our community patrol team. There will be a limited number of golf course maintenance members out there to make sure the course is maintained. I think there's an impact on Pro Shop. But again, please go to the website. I'll make sure Hernan has a little item on there under February 20th. Also, since we're talking about hours, I want to remind the members that the Sandwich changed its hours Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And the reason is that we had, during last year, we tried, as we opened up more of the facilities, trying to, drum up more business for the restaurant and the Sandwich. We actually had an overlap of lunch. Lunch was served in the Sandwich and lunch was served in the restaurant. What that did is that doubled the amount of labor, but really didn't double the amount of income. And so we've worked with the board of directors and reduced the hours in the Sandwich. So again, Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., you can have breakfast at the Sandwich. You can even get some lunch items in the Sandwich. At 11 until it's 3, the restaurant will be hosting lunch, Wednesday through Saturday. The lounge has lunch on Tuesdays. But again, that's as we work into 2023, work with the board, work with the Audit Analytic Committee and some of the other committees of really looking at what we can do to improve revenues and reduce some of the costs. And so this is our first item. Also, we'll be looking at menus coming up. That will be on our next update, may even be a coffee with the GM item. So know that is the hours right now. Again, always go to the website. You can go to the club calendar. You'll see that on there, the hours and what's happening. Jay, what's happening with some of the projects that we're doing right now?
Big one that everybody's kind of been waiting for, and we were put off by the month and a half weather delay pretty much, was the pickleball courts and the conversion of the north tennis courts to the 8 pickleball courts. We were delayed quite a bit, which pushed back a lot of the other vendors' projects as well. Last week I did get confirmation that we will start work at the second half of this week here. Mm-hmm. So I expect work to start Wednesday or Thursday of this week with a completion date by the 17th of February.
That'd be great.
Right. So that's moving on. I know everybody's going to be real happy with that. The other big project is something that's been talked about for quite some time in detail, and that's the Gate 1 and Gate 2 fountains. Right now, currently, I know that there's been talk out there that, Governor Newsom lightening up that water mandate, that we can turn the fountains back on. But we did meet with the city last week. The city did still confirm with us they are maintaining their level 2 contingency plan at this time, which means that we still can't turn the fountains on. However, the city is having a meeting, their city council meeting, on the 14th of February. And on that, one of the topics is putting this contingency plan out for a public hearing. And what that'll do is that public hearing will allow changes to be made to it. Once that does, the city can say, okay, let's pull out the decorative fountains from it, get it approved, and then at that point there, it would take 30 days for the approval to solidify, and then we could turn those fountains back on. So if everything goes to plan, we're probably looking, say, June-ish is when May to June is when we'll be able to look at turning them back on. However, please keep in mind that even if we do, it's not just flipping a switch. We will need to do some work to the pumps, the backflows, and the valves at the very least to get it turned back on.
That's it. It's key that infrastructure hasn't been used, was faulty for the last 4 years. We've deferred that project.
Yep.
The board has deferred. The committees have asked that be deferred, and so now it's time to. We'll address it, hopefully.
That's it. So that's kind of the update on the current projects, but I know we do have a lot of future projects and the projects that the board are looking at.
We do, and what comes up is the lounge expansion. We've talked about it at the delegates meeting, the board meeting. As a reminder, there are some boards out there that kind of show the layout of the proposed lounge layout. And again, that is using the existing footprint and making a change, expanding the lounge within that footprint, reducing the restaurant, again, within that footprint. If we can maintain the same footprint, that really doesn't affect our parking, traffic, etc. We can continue to maintain that approval from the city of Banning. So right now, it's only in design phase right now to look at what it could look like, what some of the interiors could be, what is artwork, etc., flooring. And so it's really important that the members, if you have an opinion, let us know. On the website, message to management. I know I'll have Hernan put a little thing of the website right here, where to go. You look at it, right, message to management, click that button. And then also, if you're uncomfortable with email, you don't want to email, and you're in the clubhouse, there's a box right up there near the receptionist desk. Message to management, fill out a card, put it in. So that information then comes to us, goes to the board so that they can then review and get kind of a feel of what the public is looking at, like it, don't like it. But that is something right now that is, again, in the planning phase, design phase.
And very important, Chris, use that message management button, because even the layout that was originally put there, that has even changed a little bit based off of feedback that we've gotten from residents.
True.
So very important, get that feedback in, message management button, or in the clubhouse like Chris said, because the board is planning to do town halls, and the more feedback they can get from residents, the more information they can put out to the residents.
Indeed. So what else? I think we got another thing going on in the
We do.
clubhouse.
Another thing, as we all know, the carpet in the main clubhouse there has been delayed. It was delayed a month. We expected to have it at the end of January. Unfortunately, what was delivered was not up to the expectations of Shaw, as well as what we ordered here. So they sent it back, and they are remaking it. Just got word today that we are confirmed for delivery of the 22nd.
Good.
So it did push us back just the 1 month, like they said, the 4 weeks. So we still plan on getting that installed here end of February, beginning of March. I know Carl will be working with the clubs and groups to see when the most unobtrusive time to get in that ballroom is. As we know, it's always crowded, but we will work to see what we can do to cause the least disruption.
That's it. And so right now, Hernan's going to drop in a new safety tip. We're going to try to do this monthly, just give an update what's happening in the community. Looking forward to see what Hernan puts on for that graphic. But the safety tip for this month is the Gate 1 pedestrians. We have people walking through there, and unfortunately they're not using the pedestrian path or the pedestrian gate at Gate 1. Instead, they're going into the traffic pattern, and that presents a danger to the pedestrian who's walking, also to the driver as well. And really, so we'd ask that if you're walking out Gate 1, please use the pedestrian gate. Because as you go into traffic, you need to know that members who are coming in through their RFID lane and they come around, they can't see behind that wall that's there. And that is a danger.
We don't want to see somebody get struck with either incoming or outgoing traffic. So what I encourage also of pedestrians that are walking through our gates, use the pedestrian gates, folks. Do not go through where the vehicles are coming in or the vehicles are exiting and out. You can easily get struck by a car that way. It is something that you want to avoid. Use the pedestrian gates. Have your pedestrian keys with you. Definitely don't want to see your guests or any of you guys get hurt. So definitely practice coming through the pedestrian gates at all times.
And so please, entering or exiting the community, please use the pedestrian gate for your safety. So that is the safety tip for this month. So let's get an update on the subs.
Subs, February and March and the subs are a busy time. And why? Elections. February is when all ballots go out, and March is when we have all the elections. So with Lakeside, their election is going to be March 24th at 1:30 p.m., and that'll be in the multi-purpose room of the main clubhouse. So ballots for Lakeside will be sent out by February 17th, so make sure to look out for them. We want to make sure that you fill those out and return them back in. Quorum is something that we all strive to reach, and last year we did have trouble doing it. We did have to recess the annual meeting to a later date because we did not reach quorum. So we're hoping to avoid that this year. So once again, when you see those ballots come in, make sure you fill them out and return them back. With Lakeside 2, same thing. Elections will be up March 23rd for them at 3:30 p.m. in the multipurpose room. Again, ballots will be mailed out by February 17th. And again, make sure you return them. Last year, we just barely squeezed by a quorum with 2 extra votes. So we want to make sure we don't have that and we're not out, knocking on doors at the last minute there. We have all those votes in. With Lakeside 2, also, we're finishing up the painting, so that's still going on. If you do have any questions and concerns, please contact Mark Schleiden or McKenna in the operations department. And finally, with Fairway Villas, their elections are March 14th at 2 p.m. in the multipurpose room. Ballots for them will be going out by the 10th of this month here, so by the 10th of February, they will be mailed out. With them as well, the board is looking at redoing the restrooms in Fairway Villas at the pool. So keep a lookout for that and looking for having some brand new restrooms here come this pool season. As well as the board is looking at having a kind of a storage container built. Fairway Villas does a lot of events at their pool with different taco nights and Thirsty Thursdays through the year. So they are looking to have something built there to store extra tables and chairs for their event. So that's kind of the subs. I know not only is the subs big for the election, or elections big for the subs, but also a month later than that, we have something even bigger. So, Chris, you want to go ahead and talk about that?
So right now we have election season is upon us once again. And so we have a calendar. We've talked about this, given updates on important dates to remember. If you don't write down the notes or not watching, you can always go to our website under Board of Directors, subcategory elections. There's going to be the election calendar, election rules, etc. So again, the inspectors of election will be conducting the election on behalf of the association. Key date to remember, candidacy forms. If you're interested in running for the Board of Directors, because there are 3 seats in total, 2 2-year period seats, and then a 1 1-year seat. And if you're interested in running for the board, you must return the completed forms and with all the information about bio, etc. All that needs to be turned in Wednesday, February 8th, no later than 5 p.m. 5 p.m. That office door shuts at 5 p.m. That's it. So if you're interested in running, pull your papers and they must be returned Wednesday, February 8th, 2023, no later than 5 p.m. Then meet the candidates forum. There will be one meet the candidates forum, and that will be held Wednesday, March 1st at 4 p.m. in the main clubhouse ballroom. And then finally, the annual election is Wednesday, April 12th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Also note, after Friday, March 10th, that's when the ballots will be mailed. So after March 10th, you should be receiving those in your mailbox. Please remember to vote. As Jason talked about, we've always in the past had a lot of people vote. We had great meeting quorum. These last couple of years, it's kind of gone down. And so please vote and look forward to the election. Lastly, just a couple of things, some housekeeping items, and we'll make sure. I really appreciate Good Day Sun Lakes. They did a nice video remembrance of Jerry Diaz, who unfortunately passed away in January here. He was golf course maintenance lead mechanic, pretty much MacGyver, doing everything. And he passed away, and that really hurt the team. And it's 1 year after Chef Noe's passing. It seems January, this year, January last year, we've lost two important team members here at Sun Lakes. And so I really appreciate Good Day Sun Lakes. They did a little video merging the one for Chef Noe and Jerry and putting together. And we're going to make sure that's run again. It'll also be on the website, and so that you can see that. But a couple of losses 2 years in a row that have really hurt. And so just remembering them and their families and thanking them for all that they did for Sun Lakes. A lot of members may not realize that behind the scenes there's a lot of stuff that goes on. Golf course maintenance especially. Got to maintain that equipment. Got to maintain the infrastructure. And Jerry took care of that. Really helped Mark Birchfield out. And then Chef Noe, we had hired him after being closed for the pandemic. And really he was, going to change level. He'd worked at, the Queen Mary, worked at a lot of places. And so we're going to miss him and miss both of them. So just remembering them. And with that, that is your update for January and February 2023. We are your host, Chris Mitchell, Jason Ewals, wishing you all a wonderful day. Take care. Stay safe.
Thank you.